Welcome everyone. So in this session, we are going to deal about the abbreviations. After the introductory session we presented last time, we did get some interesting questions. So we're going to deal with them, and now in-depth analysis about abbreviations, the design of abbreviations, what are the different types of abbreviations we can have, and what are the different concepts that are associated. So as a welcome note, yes, this is a quick insert that we have already demonstrated. So in this session, we're going to deal with these topics in focus. So I have some interesting concepts which will help you understand the level of importance and how, as human beings and with our psychology, the whole thing plays a pivotal role. So healthcare informatics is not just about health information or its IT information in the healthcare domain, but it carries forward into a lot of intricate details. Now, I would like to share one such detail with you, and let's read this together. I can read it, can you? If you can read this, you have a strange mind too. Can you read this? Only 55 people out of 100 can. I couldn't believe that I could actually understand what I was reading. The phenomenal power of the human mind, according to research at Cambridge University. It doesn't matter in what order the letters in a word are. The only important thing is that the first and the last letter be in the right place. The rest can be a total mess and you still can read it without a problem. This is because the human mind does not read every letter by itself, but the word as a whole. Amazing, huh? Yeah, and I always thought spelling was important. If you can read this, forward it. Well, this is just one snippet I want to tell you, because I was talking to one of the mentors, and we did come across this strange human behavior, okay, how a mind perceives and how it responds, how it fills in the missing words or the missing letters. Now, this is where I would go ahead and talk about short forms. Now, that is quite important, right? Short forms and abbreviations. So these are two different concepts, but they are overlapping each other. And we have a strict guidelines as given by JCIA, that no abbreviation shall be used even if they are a part of the approved list to be in any of the document which is going out from the organization, like the discharge summary or the medical report. All right. So getting started for today's demonstration, I would like to take you through one of the most important list of abbreviations, or a list of error-prone abbreviation symbols and those designations. Institute for Safe Medical Practice have released this, and this is the 2015 version, but there are versions which are getting appended, okay, and you'll have a huge list. I mean, the majority of the list is going to be the same. There will be slight revisions, but this is a very comprehensive list, and they've done a lot of research on this particular list, and this is a very good insight. Now, I will not take you through the complete list and what it means, because once you read the document, okay, and you can download this from the Institute for Safe Medication Practice website, and this is a PDF, okay, so you can download it and you can distribute it within your organization. And this is something, as healthcare informaticians, we need to be aware of and make sure, okay, that our physicians are trained in how to use it, but instead, what is the correction that is to be used? And if you see on the extreme right column, you have the correction, okay, that has to be used, okay, what is the intended meaning, okay, and what is the misinterpretation. Now, this is a beautiful document, okay, it talks about the dangerous abbreviations, then the dose designations, how it could be misleading, okay, and the drug names. Okay, so some of which we will go ahead and demonstrate to you using this tool, how you can minimize the impact, right? So now let's get started with one of the initial symbols. Now there's a challenge. If I have to input a Greek symbol, okay, into Microsoft Word or into your word processing softwares or your editor. Okay, now there is a way that you need to do it. Okay, so I'm going to show you the AAC method. Okay, now this is how I would go ahead and have to type in, okay, \mu to put in the mu symbol. Okay, but now quickly, the moment you insert the text, all right, so this tool will recognize it as a restricted symbol and it will be eliminated. That means the user will not be able to put in that particular symbol at all. Instead, the approved microgram de-abbreviated phrase will be inserted, right? So this is always good, okay, to go ahead and as a preliminary step detect the input, detect the error, okay, rather than doing a firefighting. Okay, so again, I'll quickly demonstrate that to you. This is how you insert the symbol, okay, \mu, but the moment I press the space key, okay, that's when the symbol will get inserted. Okay, but at that point is when the script identifies the input and it gives you the correction. All right, so here we can go ahead and also design it in such a way how we have done it for MGSO4. Okay, so I have gone ahead and given them two options. One is, okay, now magnesium sulfate. Okay, now either you correct the input, okay, or you can skip it. The moment I choose to skip it, then the entry is not made into the editor at all. But again, I can go ahead and choose the option correct. This we already demonstrated in the last video, but this video specifically we have taken up MGSO4 because now that is where your medication errors can happen. Okay, now if you carefully notice, MGSO4 will bring up magnesium sulfate. Okay, now because of typo errors, okay, what I'm trying to show you is MSO4. Okay, now that is morphine sulfate. There's a huge difference when it comes to morphine sulfate and magnesium sulfate. Now this is where, okay, you have to be very careful in how you devise or design your particular abbreviation tool. Okay, now every instance, okay, you can go ahead and start correcting it, and especially when it comes to the pharmacological names. Yes, you have to be very, very careful, very precise. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us and we are more than happy to go ahead and help you with it. But we would definitely be using the ISMP sheet that we have in place, and that covers most of the content that is required. Now this example between magnesium sulfate and morphine sulfate is a critical point where we really want to demonstrate the ill effects that could happen and the most important things that we need to consider when we are going ahead with these designs of the abbreviations. And it is very important for us also to understand that when the words are corrected uphand, okay, most of it, and especially the rework content, okay, will always be reduced. All right, so with that input, I would say thank you for your time and thank you for all the questions that have been coming forth. And if you have any questions, do give us a shout out. And until then, we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.